Hi, it's Dr. Ro here. I'm sending you this message because I've had a few questions from people about why I chose my Tesla. What do I love about my Tesla? Why did I buy it? So I thought I'd give you 5 reasons why I love driving my Tesla car and why I chose it. And maybe that will in some way make you think about what car you choose next and whether you want to get a Tesla. So here I am in Germany right now. I'm at the service station. Well, actually it's a supercharger station with a little cafe behind it, having myself a quick drink, enjoying myself. I'm 50 years of age and I've driven a lot of cars. I've been privileged to drive most vehicles, everything from BMWs, Porsches, Mercedes, Range Rovers. And yeah, if you've been driving cars a long time, after a while the spark goes out of driving. So my first reason for loving my Tesla is it's just a fun car to drive. It's absolutely amazing. You want to put your foot down and do 0 to 60 in sub 3 seconds, you can do that if you want to. You want to take the family out on a nice leisurely drive and do thousands of miles, which I've done literally in the last 2-3 weeks. You can do that. You can pack the car up and just go. It's a great sports car, it's a great business car, it's just incredibly comfortable to be in and to drive, and it's just a lot of fun. So that's my first reason for loving my Tesla. It's just a fun vehicle to be in, never get bored with it, and because obviously it has software updates, I get to see what's happening next. The hardware is wired to do a lot of things which the car is still evolving into as well. So that's the first reason. Second reason, and probably a more philosophical reason and a deeper reason, is I honestly believe that we need to start to shift our focus away from using fossil fuels to fuel our vehicles. And so I believe that, you know, with the advent and the growth of solar power and we've got wind. I'm here in Germany, I come through Denmark, a lot of wind generation as well, of electricity. I think this is the way forward, and I really believe that the next 5 to 10 years you're going to see less and less combustion engine cars and many, many more electric cars. This is the future, and this is one of the reasons I love buying and driving this car, because it genuinely is the future. Wherever I drive, I'm just amazed by the technology as it evolves and what it can do for me when I'm driving it. Plugging it in here at the supercharger, and I'll come to that in a minute. In fact, that's one of my other reasons I love the supercharger stations. But more than anything else, this is the future, and I honestly think that we need to do something different. You know, we have literally hundreds of species being extinct on an annual basis. We have fish in the sea that are just being swept away and disappearing. Our kids will never see. Species, both flora and animal species, just going out. Even while I've been alive, animals have been slowly being extinct in certain areas. We have stingrays being hunted down for their gills, and sharks being literally wiped out because of their fins. And I mean, I know this is a little bit more philosophical, but globally what we're doing to the earth is quite scary. So I think one of the things we have to consider is the amount of cars on the road and the growth of the population and the amount of people driving. What can we do to reduce this dragging and sucking out of the ground of all of this fossil fuel? So that's the second reason. Third reason is I love the superchargers. Let me just show you. Here I'm at a supercharger. I'm here in Germany and just outside Hamburg. In fact, there's somebody just charging up over there. You can see the back of the Tesla. It's a lot of fun. It's quite a social environment. I've got the car packed with stuff at the back, and it's just a fun experience charging these cars up. Everywhere I go, you meet people that have a slightly different philosophy. You know, you have to be a little bit of a maverick. You're on that part of the S-curve of any growth of a product when you buy something like this. In the same way, this is new technology. In the same way people said, oh, well, mobile phones, you know, do you think they're going to take off? And suddenly now we've got digital phones that are able to send a video straight up to YouTube and things like that. Vinyl records, well, you know, I don't think the CD malarkey's going to work. I don't think they're going to take off. And look what happened. Vinyl just went into disappearance. So the technology is amazing, and the charging stations are a lot of fun. So that's the third reason. Fourth reason, it's just it's one of those cars that I find from a family perspective is really enjoyable. We get out in it, we have a lot of enjoyment together, we travel. My kids love traveling in it. I have the 7-seat version, so right in the back here, my daughter goes into the back there, Savannah, and my youngest will soon be able to go in there as well, but we have the seats down. It has a massive capacity from a family car. So let me try and put this in perspective. The Land Rover Discovery has around about 1,100 I think cubic litres of capacity in terms of when its 2 seats are down at the back and it acts as a 5-seater vehicle. This car has just shy of 900 litres of capacity, and the reason for that is because there is no engine. So where the engine would be, there is storage space as well. So not only have I got the capacity to store in the back there, but I also have the capacity to store in there. So we've been on a trip, camping, travelling around Denmark, staying in hotels, staying in cabins, camping as well. Fully loaded car with 2 adults, you know, 1 7-year-old and a 1.5-year-old. That's a lot of capacity if you think about it. In fact, when the seats are completely down, it has 1,650 litres. That is more than an E-Class estate Mercedes, which is a massive capacity. So because you don't have the drive shaft going through the back, the wheels are driven front and back here, there's a lot more space as well. So again, that's my 4th reason. What would be my 5th reason? I think my 5th reason more than anything is just simply because I am blown away by Elon Musk's vision for where he's taking the electric industry, and as an entrepreneur, and I just want to be part of that. And by investing in this car and being an ambassador and a messenger for this, getting out and driving it, and it does draw a lot of attention. I have to say, virtually everywhere I go, somebody will stop and ask questions. Even when I was in Scandinavia, and even here in Germany, and there's more of them, by the way, in Scandinavia than there are in the UK. Somebody always stops and asks questions, and there's a genuine fascination. The technology in this car is incredible. The software updates, I'm able to listen to music at a whole different capacity, and I've got Google Maps here that's driving me all the way back, telling me where to charge. And we're going to see more and more of these happening. So if you want to know why, that's why. 5 reasons in 6 minutes, and I could talk and talk and talk, as most of you know. This is one of my passions at the moment, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the other versions of the Tesla coming out over the next few years, and of course many more other electric cars, and major companies now following suit because they realize this is the future. So if you've been sitting on the fence and you've been wondering, should I or shouldn't I, let me tell you, it's an amazing vehicle to drive. Go test drive one. It's Dr. Ro signing out.